every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling.
So to here today, we are in on FAMI. See how today goes on this one. It's been a slow mover with low float, decent volume. Just creating a flag pattern right here. Let's put up a trend line, see what happens. Hope that this thing breaks out. It did jump up a little bit this morning already, as you can kind of see from pre-market. We'll try to get it on a second jump here, hoping that it gets above, closer to that $4 range. Getting close to our candle here. It looks like it's going to break out, hopefully. It's either going to go up or go down. We're going to see here the next stick or two. MACD is pretty high up. I'm getting ready to buy. So if this pops off, I'm going to jump in. Level 2s are looking strong. Everything for me is looking right. The volume, level 2s. The only thing is MACD is really high and kind of turning a little bit here at the top. But we should have a good jump, see what happens. Here we go, starting to get this movement. Let's see if it's going to touch our resistance. Hopefully it does. Moving up slow. A lot of resistance. Not much support. Looks like it might move down a little bit. Put a trend line here to see if it follows that. I have not bought in yet. Waiting for this thing to show me some movement. Things barely showing above this resistance, still above my trend. Next candlestick or so, I might buy in. Do 300 shares. I usually wait for the second candlestick. There's my buy. Not the direction we wanted this to go. Hopefully this will hold up. Just gotta stay above that line is all we need. The level 2s are definitely looking like they got a lot of resistance, a lot of sellers. Now we don't know where this thing's gonna go, so I definitely got my finger on the sell button just to make sure this thing drops. Do not want to get below my buy line. Just keep an eye on this. Keep watching the level 2s. Hope that that 152 buyers at 320 holds up. That 320's got a lot of resistance. If we can break through that 320, this thing could pop off. But that doesn't look very secure for us with all those buyers. I'm going to remove my support line down a little bit, give myself a little bit more of a channel here. I think it might kind of ride out in this channel before it makes a nice pop. It needs to consolidate some of that 320 buyers. Once some of those buyers get out, I think we're going to see a big fall to get rid of some of them, and then hopefully it pops back up. But again, I do always have my finger on the sell button. I did lower my sell to 314. Bouncing around between our support and resistance. Let's hope that it pops the resistance and not the support. Okay, oh, there we go. Getting some movement forward. We broke that 320. Now we're moving on up. If you look at the level 2s, we got some buyers coming in strong. Hopefully this holds. See where we go. There's a big sell-off. This is good. This is going to actually help get rid of some of those buyers at that 320 price. Like I said, I knew that this was going to happen, so we really want this to happen just to get rid of those buyers, and then the strong sellers will come in, and this will end up jumping up. Slowly climbing, getting a couple of green candlesticks here. As long as it stays above that resistance, that will create a new support. So we want it to bounce down, create that as a support line, and then we'll bounce up to make a new resistance. See where this ends up. I'm going to draw a line here, and I always make my buy line green, so that's where I buy in. Now I know where I'm at, creating another resistance here at the top, making a bigger channel now. You can see on the level 2s, the support from the buyers and the sellers are kind of evening out. Another big drop. Again, this is just consolidating some of these sellers. We need to get some of them out of here so that way we can get new buyers in. So it is on the high towards the resistance. This is not necessarily a buy opportunity. The MACD has turned down. It's kind of leveling out. We want to be able to hope for another dip buy here if you want to get in, or maybe this thing takes off. We don't know, but I'm going to think that there's going to be another dip buy. We're going to start getting some pop here. Hopefully this holds up above. See, it looks like it's going good. Still got some sellers, but they're dying off. I put my sell line at 345, so we're hoping this gets up to 345. Here's a new trend line. Hopefully it stays above this trend. We need it to stay above the trend line and above the resistance, which will create new support again. And then hopefully it pops up to this 345. No matter what, you always want to make sure that you're prepared for this thing to drop. MACD is slowly turning. I created my buy or my sell line at 345 based off of my 1 day history candlesticks. It's like it's kind of trying to create almost a little bit of a flag with these 3 candlesticks. I always look at 3 candlesticks to see if it's creating a candlestick or a flag. Oh, here we go. It drops down to come up. This doesn't look like it's going to stay up. It looks like it's kind of creating a trend, a downward trend. So I don't know if this is going to create a dip buy or if this is going to be a sell-off. I have a feeling it's going to be a sell-off, so I'm going to get close to selling. There's just too much movement going down. It's going too fast. Let's see what happens here. I'm not feeling as confident about this thing taking off. I'm going to move my line just to make sure I can kind of watch, because if it gets past that, then I want to be prepared to sell. I definitely don't want to take a loss. I want to try to sell right at my buy line if possible. This thing is way slow. I just don't feel like it's going to be what I want it to be. It's coming down a little bit. I'm not going to hold off on this one. So if it does show me some kind of fall, then I'm out. I'm not going to ride it out. Just take a little bit of a loss if I have to. Cut my ties. Hopefully as close to even as possible. This thing is just way too slow. Oh, and there's this. I'm about to sell that. Yep, I'm out. This thing's falling. If you see this first candlestick, when it started falling, it stopped and then took a second jump. That to me is a second candlestick movement, and that's where it shows me a sign that it's falling. This is our profits for the day. We lost $9.